Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy, late night edition. Oh, so many things going on in the world of rocks. I'm in a wedding this weekend, but the wedding's on Friday, which means the rehearsal is on Thursday. The rehearsal will be on Thursday. The rehearsal dinner on Thursday, meaning the rehearsal walkthrough is tomorrow at 1, and it is like an hour away. So I'm staying at a hotel because that's what the bride's requested, which means that I am filming DJ show tomorrow. I am filming this tonight, and I have so much to do. Then also after the wedding, one of my closest friends, Jess Lucero's 30th birthday party is going to be on Saturday. I can't tell you guys what it's themed because I don't think she has said, but it is. And so that, and then Sunday, I was supposed to go to this party, but now I think I might not because I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But for those of you guys who follow Real Rejects, unfortunately, dear friend of mine, Andrew Gordon, lost his father. And so he might be doing some kind of a thing that day. And then on Monday, I am working through the holiday. And then on Tuesday, I'm trying to make it back to Boston. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but those are the things that are going on right now. So yesterday, I went and saw Caught Stealing, the new Darren Aronofsky movie. And then afterwards, I went to the big Apple TV summer event. So all of that to talk about. Plus, I am caught up on the Amanda Knox show. That is the Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox on Hulu, and it is blowing my mind. It's crazy. And my brother sent me this list of the 25 most influential creators. And I have to tell you guys, I have never felt older or more out of it in my life. Plus, whatever it is you guys want to talk about, questions, comments, concerns, get in your questions. I think I'm only going to be here for probably like 35, 40 minutes today. So let's get it going, team. Send in that stuff early. And by early, I mean we're already super late. Why am I late? Because we filmed late for Real Rejects today. Why did we film late for Real Rejects today? Because I won't be there tomorrow. So we had to get everything in today. And then I stopped by Grammy's on my way back. And those are the things. A lot going on. Let's chit chat. Starting with you guys in the Streamlabs, see what's going on in there. Thank you to those of you who send and support streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. The show is made on the rock stars. That is you guys. It is a fan funded show. Without you guys, the show wouldn't exist. So thank you for being here and thank you for showing that support. First support of the day coming through August 27th. Mike Joyce. What was the last movie that really stuck with you? When I saw Requiem for a Dream, I had to take a few moments to collect myself because that ending really got to me. The Juice by Harry chant also pops in my head every once in a while. Are you asking me that because you know that I watched that? Or are you asking that because we're talking about Darren Aronofsky? I think that this is public knowledge because they ask questions to the patrons about movies that we're watching. I watched Requiem for a Dream today for the first time in my life. So it's crazy that you just said that. I literally watched that for Real Rejects 3 hours ago. And I watched it after watching Caught Stealing, which is crazy. That movie, and I'll save it, my real thoughts on it for the reaction, but it's like one of the most fucked up movies I've ever seen in my entire life. That movie was like, there were parts of it that I genuinely could not watch. I liked Caught Stealing significantly better than I liked Requiem for a Dream, and Requiem for a Dream is amazing. It's an unbelievably well done movie, but I much prefer Caught Stealing because I didn't want to jab my own eyes out during it. Caught Stealing is so good, and we will talk about that. I think my favorite Darren movie is still Black Swan, but I'm also missing, I haven't seen The Whale. I haven't seen Mother. There's a bunch of his stuff that I haven't seen. So I got to get on some of that. Your question, though, was the last movie that really stuck with me. I guess it would be Requiem for a Dream. I think Children of Men really has stuck with me a lot as well. And Society of the Snow really stuck with me as well. Those are some of them. Imprinted on Roxy. Thank you, Lloyd. He says, Team Stryer. Thank you for that. Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Going over to the super chat. JDog83 says, I'm in Boston on Monday for Guardians at Red Sox game. For the Guardians at Red Sox game. Never been to Fenway Park by myself. Only took 42 years. But you've been to Fenway Park just not by yourself, or you've never been and you're going by yourself? Let me know. Got to get Fenway Frank. Fenway Park's amazing. My favorite bar by Fenway Park is this bar that closed and now reopened, and I haven't been since it reopened. I heard it's completely different, but I love Eastern Standard. Man, love going to games. I have not been in quite some time. Fun fact, as I told you guys, I got thrown out of Fenway Park once. Many times, just not by myself. Got you, J-Dog. Well, have a blast. Let me know. Wow, guys, my hair is full of secrets today. Like, okay, girl. Maybe stop with all the secrets. It is a wash day, which makes sense because I have this wedding to go to tomorrow, which I have to talk to you guys about, and we shall talk about. But what do you want to start with? My personal life, or do you want to start with talking about caught stealing? You let me know. You need to watch Dexter Resurrection. Mr. ND Fanatic. Don't I know it? What is wrong with me? So somebody count for what is the deal? Just somebody give me a brief explanation because I feel lost in the sauce these days. I loved the original Dexter. Then there's another Dexter show that came out, and now there's another Dexter show that came out. Like what's the order? What are all the Dexter shows? What's the best one to watch next after? The only Dexter thing I've seen is the original Dexter and the Dexter like when Dexter came back. Was that called Resurrection? I don't think so. Because what did I watch when Dexter came back? All right. Personal life, caught stealing. Oh, by the way, this is the newest Sheject shirt where Tara and I are Enid and Wednesday. If you love the Shejects, this is a really good one. I'm loving the crops. They have very comfortable t-shirts. Streamlabs.com/OxyStryer. Let's talk about caught stealing, and then we will move forward. Caught Stealing, the new Darren Aronofsky movie, starring Zoe Kravitz, starring Austin Butler, starring Regina King, starring Liev Schreiber. This cast is stackled. And even way more people than that. I thought this movie was fantastic. I'm actually really excited to see that it's doing well on Rotten Tomatoes because based on the critic screening I went to, I would have guessed that this would have had a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I was really pleasantly surprised when I think it has like an 85 or something, 86 on Rotten Tomatoes with only 60 reviews. But still, the critic screening I was in was silent. People were not reacting. I was so incredibly invested in this movie. I have to say I loved it. Like I truly, truly loved it. I also think this changed my stance on Austin Butler. I've always loved Austin Butler. I've always thought he was really talented. But I have to tell you guys, never in my life have I been like, that man is sexy. And once you see the movie, I think you'll think that that's actually not good of me. That's who I thought was attractive. Because he has some glaring red flags. But holy shit, so sexy. I thought that his voice work in this was amazing. I thought that his action in this was incredible. I thought that he's an it boy. He's a true star. It reminds me of like a young Brad Pitt. I heard people talking about him for Batman after this, and I kind of get where they're coming from. Listen, I'm not jumping ship. Brendan Sklenar. I'm team Brendan Sklenar from day one about Batman. But would I like to see Austin as a superhero? Maybe let's go Aquaman. He is unbelievable, incredible in this. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. Have any of you guys seen it yet? Oh yeah, Matt Smith I didn't even name. And he's a big role and does a great job. He's so good in this. He's so good in everything. I also found Austin Butler attractive and got stealing. Oh my God, Sam. Yeah, more Val Kilmer than Brad Pitt. I feel you on that. I just mean in terms of like star power. But yes, I definitely feel you on that. He is more akin to a Val Kilmer. I found him just to be like, whew. He does this one move where Zoe Kravitz is standing on a bed and she's like standing and he's there and he flips her. And I was like, I actually shouldn't be in a theater right now with how I'm feeling about this. It was steamy. That's not the point of the movie. The point of the movie is that it is excellent. And I feel like I don't want to give anything away and I won't, but for anybody who's ever had a dream kind of taken away from them or not been able to pursue something, this is such a powerful message. Also, I'm somebody who tends to, and it's not like it's not like a one for one relating to this character at all, but I am somebody who tends to find myself oftentimes in a domino effect, a series of unfortunate events. And this, like, this movie felt like, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. And I was like, oh, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Where it's like, God damn it. Can just like at some point I catch a break. And also then when you have to look inside yourself and realize, what can I be doing different or better? So I thought that there was a lot of like legitimate things to think about with this film, on top of the fact that Darren Aronofsky makes everything look super interesting, entertaining, amazing, does action very well. And his shots where he decides to rack focus, pull focus, pan, whip, like he just, and obviously his cinematographer as well, he just is able to get the most out of the actors and tell a story that might be a more basic story on paper in such a visually pleasing way that it's incredible. And J-Dogs, it is a baseball movie, kind of. Not really, but not. It's not a baseball movie. So you're not wrong in thinking that. Vincent D'Onofrio, who I didn't even name yet, I thought Liev was incredible in this. Vincent D'Onofrio is amazing too, but I have seen Vincent D'Onofrio transform more. I haven't seen this kind of thing from Liev before. And it was very, very cool watching the two of them play off of each other. I can't say enough good things about this movie. It's a top 10 of the year for me so far. And granted, in all fairness, I haven't watched that many movies this year. I mean, I've still watched more than the average person, but I've missed a lot of the independent films. But this one to me is like must see. It was really, really good. I was pretty surprised when I saw that Christian didn't like it. I talked to my friend Jeff Snyder on the phone afterwards, and he was like, no, I thought it was good. And usually if Jeff's going to like something, then Christian will like it. So that was a little surprising to me. But Christian said he couldn't relate to it at all. And I was also surprised by that. But maybe if you can't see yourself in any of the characters. It was also shocking. There's a few things that happened that I was like, which happens in every Darren movie that I've seen at least. But yeah, I think it's definitely worth your time. I'm glad, Sam, it's in your top 10 as well. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strategy if you have questions about caught stealing or anything else that you guys wanted to talk about. This Amanda Knox show has me fucked up right now. Who is watching The Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox? I was kind of surprised when I was on Christian Harloff's show this week, and I said, Mike, Christian, do you guys remember the Amanda Knox story? And they were both like, no. And then Mike was like, kind of sounded familiar. And Christian was like, no, I don't remember this. And I didn't remember all the details of the story, but I do remember the case. And watching the show, I don't know how factual it is. I got to start looking things up about the order of events, but has me fucked up looking at how Amanda Knox was interrogated, what the police department did, what happened to her roommate, like all of the things in this show make you feel like anything could happen to anybody at any time, and you have almost no say in it. And I do think it's really, really interesting watching a show like this in a foreign language for the most part. Half the show is in Italian, and I watch a lot of true crime shows, but watching a show where the person who's being accused of murder doesn't speak the language of the country that they're in fluently, and hearing things lost in translation. Like there's one part in the most recent episode or the second episode, there's been 3 so far, where she is being asked about, she sends this text message to somebody saying, see you later. And the people, but she writes it in Italian, and the people who are reading it take that as she saw that person that night. Like see you later means see you tonight. But to us, see you later could be in a week. See you later. It doesn't have to be that night. So just the little transgressions in and language barrier is really interesting, the way that they're portraying it. And it was just it's so mind-blowing that this could happen and happened. And think they're doing an excellent job with the show, but it fucks you up watching it. You're just like, what the actual hell is happening? So that's my one movie and one TV show pick of the week. I don't usually do that, but it would be a cool thing to start. Let's go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in that support. I'm not here that much longer, so make sure you get in your questions, comments, concerns, so I can start answering those things before we get out of here. I wanted to also tell you guys about the Apple TV event that I went to last night in partnership with Chase Sapphire. RQMDSMD in the Streamlabs says, hi, Roxy, just sending in some support. Enjoy the rest of your busy week. Thank you. Thank you. So I appreciate you, RQMDSMD, for always giving that big support. So I went to this Apple TV event last night, and it was so cool. It was this activation at the Academy Museum where it was like you were on set for all of these shows. Slow Horses, Severance, The Studio, Morning Show, Buccaneers, F1, which is a movie, obviously. And they had you go around to each of the sets and do something different there. So like on the Morning Show, you sit down to get interviewed. And Severance, you do the elevator thing. There was amazing past food that was like just deliciosa, so good. Open bar. I actually was not drinking, not because of any reason other than I feel like I've just been going to a lot of events, and Jess was not drinking. So usually, like, if she's not drinking, I'm not drinking. No, just we were like kind of focused on the things, and all of a sudden halfway through I was like, oh, I haven't had a drink yet. I guess I'm just not going to. So it was nice to just like have a night off from the party, but still to be at a party. And it was really, really cool to see all of these different setups. My friend Tehran was there as one of the actors on the set for The Studio. And that was the second time I got to see him this weekend. So that was great. And yeah, my favorite activation was probably the Severance elevator, but none of us did it right because they didn't give us good instructions. Like I needed them to be like, close your eyes for this amount of seconds, then do this. So all of our Severance elevator things were pretty messed up. I had to trim mine, but it was still so cool to just kind of do that. And then I loved the Severance watermelon head of Irving, and that had so much great melon and fruit on it. And I've been so into melon recently. Watermelon, melon, cantaloupe, just so good. So that was great. And oh no, there's a knot in my hair. So it was a really, really fun event, and I got to meet a bunch of new people and also see some people. There's probably like 1,000 people there. And when Jess and I go to these things together, usually she knows a lot of people. I know a lot of people. We can introduce each other. I was bummed that no rejects were there. Apparently there was kind of like Greg was invited, but didn't see the invite or didn't get it or whatever it was. So, and Greg and I are usually the ones that cover the Apple stuff. So I went with Jess, but I still posted for Real Rejects about it because I wanted you guys to be able to see everything. So you can check that out on Real Rejects social and on my social. And that was the Apple event, which then also they gave us these swag bags that had an Apple wallet, the wallets that are MagSafe. That was cool. And that's like because it was in partnership with Chase, so to keep your Chase credit card in there. And they had these shortbread cookies in there and a couple of other things. So that I always like a swag bag. One thing about us Jews, can't help it with the stereotype. Free shit is free shit. I will always take free shit. I got a Lumen pen and Lumen sticky notes. Stoked about. I love anything Severance related. Truly, truly obsessed. All right, what's going on in here? Mr. ND Fanatic, you just watch New Blood and then you'll be fine. And Dexter Resurrection is not New Blood. Like after watching Dexter, I should watch New Blood or Resurrection. What is the order? Or are those the same show? Tell me. We are all stereotypes. Ain't that the truth sometimes? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. All right, so I am going to talk about the wedding stuff, but actually first I want to talk about this influential thing. My brother sent me this article. He said it was all over the internet today about the 25 most influential creators of 2025. This is from Rolling Stone, who tends to have controversial lists, but this is not about it being controversial. This is about the fact that they put out, according to Rolling Stone, the 25 most influential creators of 2025. From streamers and podcasters to OnlyFans models and TikTok megastars, here's the people shaping the culture of 2025. And I knew 5 out of 25. I think I knew 5. My brother was reading me the list on the phone. I was like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? I'm going to start at the top and work my way down because I was genuinely confused from number 1. Number 1 is a person named I Show Speed. Have you guys ever heard of I Show Speed? Apparently, he's a streamer with 135 million followers. 135 million followers, and I've never heard of this person. You can be that famous in 2025 with 135 million followers. I've never seen your face. I've never heard your name. I have no idea who you are. That's crazy to me. Number 2, Drewski. He's a sketch comedian with 28 million followers. I've never heard of that person. Never seen him. Never heard of him. That's crazy. Number 3, Miss Rachel. Heard of her. That's one. Of course. Love Miss Rachel. So yes. Number 4, Kai Sennett with 80 million followers, a streamer. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Only Miss Rachel so far. Number 5, Quenlin Blackwell, who's a comedian. 24 years old. Never seen her. Never heard of her. So that's the top 5. I know 1. Okay, number 6 is somebody that I've never heard. Caleb Heron. I've never heard his name, but I have seen him before. He's a comedian, and I was like, okay, I've seen him. So that's like a half point. Number 7 is Mr. Beast. I'm pretty surprised he's this low on the list. I feel like Mr. Beast is the most recognizable name on here, but I guess I could be wrong. Hassan Piker, number 8, who I know, who's a political streamer. So that's 3. Camila Arajo, who's an OnlyFans model. I don't know who that is. Sorry to this girl. I do not know this girl. Number 10 is Alex Cooper. Yup. All right, so I'm at 4. Where are you guys at? Number 11 is Jake Shane. Yep. Okay, so I know more than 5. That's 5, Jake Shane. Number 12 is Duke Dennis. No idea. Number 13 is Drew Afualo. No idea. 14 is Tefi Pessoa. No idea. 15 is Speedy Mormon. No idea. 16, Alona Mar. Or Mar. I love her. Alona Mar is an idol to me. So 6. Iron Mouse is 17. No idea. 18 is Anika Shi. Anika Shi. No idea. Never seen, never heard of. 19 is Theo Vaughn. Yep. I know Theo. 20 is Sabrina Breyer. Sabrina Breyer. No idea. It's a comedian. No clue. 21 is Alex Earl. Yep. 22 is Meredith Hayden. No idea. How many of you guys are at so far? David Portnoy is next. And so that is another one that I know. So I am at 9. It's better than I thought I did. Brandon Edelman. No idea. And Kay Porter is number 25. No idea. So I know 9. How many of you guys know of the 25 I just listed? Because I know 9. 9 out of 25 of the most influential people. The most influential creators of 2025. And I'm a creator. And I know 9. How crazy is that in 2025? That there's that many extremely famous people that I don't know any of them. It's just so difficult. But that's why it's fun to have your own little corners of the internet. Like, nothing for nothing to some of you guys, I'm more famous than Brandon Edelman. Because who the fuck is Brandon Edelman? No shade to him. He has 1.6 million followers. That's significantly more than I have. And yet, I don't know who you are. I do not know this man. Okay, you guys, 2, 5, 15, 5, 6, or 7. The Twitch ones. It's like such a blind spot for me. Twitch and OnlyFans are 2 kind of blind spots, but I feel like I do know some OnlyFans models because they're usually on TikTok and Instagram as well. I guess I missed that one. Drew would be the one of the list most likely up your alley, Roxy. Which one was Drew? Drewski? Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. That Apple TV event looked pretty cool. Did they have any Ted Lasso stuff there? Also, I don't know if you've ever given us an update on this. Are you back to some kind of normalcy with your food intake? Are you still unable to eat more solid foods? Thanks for the question, Leonard. I saw that they had some They had some Ted Lasso director's chair stuff where it said like Ted Lasso and there was like some prop stuff around, but it wasn't one of the sets. I think this is just for the maybe Emmy considered or awards considered projects of theirs right now. And then the food intake, it's still not back to normal, but I'm doing the best I can. I've been eating a lot of soup still and a lot of smoothies still. Like at the Apple event, there's stuff that I couldn't eat because I was too nervous. Like right now, crazy enough, for the first time in my life, red meat is not going down super well. Fish is going down great. Pasta is not going down super well. Rice is going down great. So it's like I can kind of tell the second I bite into something whether like how it's going to go. And I also think it's a fear that I'm having too because I was getting so sick after eating. But I also just think my stomach is still fucked up from my disease. So I'm just trying to be patient with myself and slowly incorporate things back. And there's certain things I know work and there's certain things I know don't as of now. Thank you for asking. Luke Smith, BRFC. Hi, Roxy. I'm awake for your stream. 4:55 here in UK. Some support. Wow. That's early. Go to bed. Stay asleep. I can't be worth it. But thank you for the support. I do really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Shout out to Mr. ND Fanatic, J Dog, Luke Smith, and to Lloyd Nance, Leonard Kim, RQMDSMD, and Imprinted on Roxy, Mike Joyce. You guys are the best. Thank you for, well, you're all the best, but thank you for that support in the Streamlabs and the super chat. Appreciate you mucho for being here. It's the only reason we're able to do the show. So send it in if you want the show to keep up that good stuff. All right. Shall we talk wedding stuff momentarily? All right. So I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys in the chat are married and how many are not? Yes. Y for married, N for not married. Send a Y, yes for married, N for not married. I'm asking this because it feels like when you're not engaged and you're not having a wedding, everything seems really easy. And like every one of my friends who's getting married, all of a sudden there's like things that they're stressed about that I never would think that anybody would be stressed about or think about. Okay, so a lot of not married in here. A lot of not married, but a couple married. So I feel bad for all the brides and grooms that like have all this last minute stress about things, but man, it's like difficult to navigate being. I think that I found it really easy navigating being involved in a wedding when I was younger because I'm like more willing to be told what to do or where to be at a certain time or how to look or whatever. But at 34 years old, it feels a little odd to be told this is nothing against any of my friends who do this because it happens with all of my friends, but it feels a little odd to be told this is how you need to wear your hair. This is the color jewelry you need to wear. This is the dress that you need to buy. This is the color you need to paint your nails. This is the time that you need to show up to watch me get ready. This is this is where you need to stay. This is how you need to get around. This is what you need to bring. Like, I feel like a little kid And I know that it's because the brides and grooms, they get so much anxiety around their wedding that they want to be able to have control over everything and dictate how it is. But it's making me feel like a little, like every time this happens, I feel like a little child because I'm like, but what if I want to do my hair how I want to do my hair? And what if I don't want that color on my nails? And what if, and you kind of just like have to suck it up and just try to be there for the day of the person that you're supporting and give them everything they need. But then even like issues that arise, right? Like today I had a friend who was upset about her wedding because there was people that were going to come that are sick last minute and can't be there. And to me, like, I feel like I just wouldn't give a shit about that. Like, it'd be a bummer, but it's like if people are sick, they're sick. But it's happened to me in the past where some of my friends have been devastated about that. And I'm like, maybe something happens when you turn into a bride and like, or a groom, and it just kind of change your perspective on things. So I don't know. For those of you guys, a couple of you who are married, did your wedding feel like how you thought it would feel, or planning it feel how you thought it was going to feel? Was there anything that surprised you that gave you kind of anxiety that you didn't think would be as big of an issue? Um, yeah, I just feel a lot of anxiety around being in people's weddings now and going to their weddings and feeling like I have to perform and be on and not make people upset and like have the right shoes and have the right look and have the right makeup and they're so expensive and it's just, you know, it's just challenging. But I know it's not about me. So I know to just show up, but it makes my heart pound. Like, I just don't want to, like, is this the right color? Is this the right shape? Is this the right this? Is this the right this? As opposed to just focusing on like beautiful love and the life that you're excited for your friends to live. Turn into a bride or groom like it's some sort of werewolf phenomenon. John get bent, kind of. Um, there's like it's it happens with like a ton of people where you like think that somebody's kind of got a chill personality, but then something will happen. I'm not talking about my friend who's getting married this weekend, who's lovely and great. I just mean in general, this tends to keep happening. There's a lot that goes into it. I think there's more pressure having a date at the wedding. Yeah, maybe I don't have a date to this wedding, but I did think it was really nice. She did give me a +1. I just don't have a +1, so I'm kind of like past the point of bringing a random to a wedding. I just don't want to. But if you want to go focus on beautiful love goes, I guess not as a bridesmaid. So you should say no to being a bridesmaid if that's what you want to focus on. I feel like that's mean. I've never said no to anybody. I've been in 10 weddings. I don't even think it makes anybody a bridezilla. I just think it's like there's so much pressure around this one day. And I guess as somebody who doesn't want to have a wedding, it's hard for me to relate to. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll meet somebody and I do want to have a wedding and it will completely change my perspective on it. Just as of now, it's like, I just want to meet my partner and have a beautiful life together, which courthouse is totally cool with me. Like, so I don't know. I'm not a Swiftie, but I'm seeing people overthink every potential wedding detail. Yeah. That engagement has broken the internet. It really has. It's wild to watch. Guys, I'm going to be out of here in 5 minutes, so please Streamlabs in, super chat in, questions, comments, concerns before we get out of here. Let me know. Now wondering how the fuck do you invite people if you're a celeb? You can't send mail invites. Why can't you send mail invites? I feel like you could still send mail invites, no? Also, what do you guys think is an appropriate amount of money to give somebody for their wedding? What's the right amount to gift somebody? If somebody's asking for cash, what's a good amount? The internet says all different things. And does inflation make that go up? Or does it make it go down? Because everybody's broke as a joke. RQMDSMD in the Streamlabs. Hi, Roxy. I'll be married 37 years next week. I know it was a busy time to get everything done. Yeah. RQMDSMD, did you guys have big weddings, small wedding? What was the situation? 37 years is so amazing. Congratulations. That's such a great awesome accomplishment and thing. I am too fly. Cam, you believe in monogamy? One person for a lifetime? I don't believe in it for everybody. I certainly believe in it for me. I have no issue with the idea of thinking about being with one person for the rest of my life. That sounds exciting to me and like kind of sexy. It's just the only, like, it's just you guys. Okay, let's see. I'm seeing a couple 100, Amazon gift card. Inflation certainly drives up the price of how much you should give somebody. Okay. Let's see. Kind of agree with that comment. If maintaining individuality is important, I would turn down being a bridesmaid. If not, I would think fitting into the vision isn't a big deal. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal either. I'm just being honest that with all of my friends where it's all of the things because they're not paying for it. It's me paying for it and paying for their vision. It's thousands of dollars. Like between the dress and the jewelry and the specific shoes and the specific nails and the exact hotel and the bachelorette and the engagement party and the gift and like it's a big ask. Big 200 per 100 people wedding. Wow. After 30 you shouldn't be asking for wedding presents. That's an interesting theory. How after 25 you shouldn't make a wedding a big deal. After 25, did you know a lot of people got married before 25? Wow. I think that's a really interesting thought. Streamlabs in, getting out of here. So send any final things. Appreciate you guys who have. I love having conversations like this because everybody's just different and feels differently. If they have a registry, I'll help with that. I'm not lending any grown adult my money for the wedding. I don't think it's called lending when you gift it. But yeah, a lot of people specifically ask for cash. So you should be financially stable at that point. Just saying. Mr. ND Fanatic, you are harsh tonight. I honestly don't know anybody who is 25 who's fine. Oh, after 30? I gotta say, most of my friends at 30, 31, 32, 35, even 38, 40, a lot of them are not financially stable. Conversation is fun. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, that's fair. As a bridesmaid, my cousin paid for the extras. I think it's important too. Yeah. Yeah, if somebody wants to pay for everything, then I'll shut up and show up. But when everything is an added cost to you and you're getting told last minute to get all these things, it's kind of like, okay. For thousands, you got to say no to being bridesmaid. There's IG reels on how to politely say it. No, but and it's not. I'm not talking about this wedding. I'm just talking about in general. I've never ever been a bridesmaid and spent less than $1,500 on all things combined. It's $180,000 enough to live comfortably in LA. Are you single and childless, or are you supporting a family? And what is comfortable to you? Definitely, that would be enough for me to live comfortably in LA. I don't mean comfortably like own a home, but comfortably as in a place in a nice, safe neighborhood with enough to go on a vacation and eat well. But it depends on what the real question is. Luke Smith, I'm going to a speed dating event next month. Very nervous about it. I don't really date. I think that's awesome, especially because you don't really date. I think it's a great way to kind of practice like the art of conversation and meeting new people and figuring out what kind of questions you want to ask and what interests you about somebody and what kind of thing you're looking for and meet a lot of people. I know it sucks to hear it this way, but people always tell me dating is a numbers game. And it really is. Like the more people you meet, the more likely you meet your person. So I think that's great. And let us know how it goes. Fingers crossed. Let us know. All right. Well, that is going to be that. So much love, my friends. Refreshing to see anything else that came in. Shout out to Mr. ND Fanatic, J Dogs, Luke Smith. I am Two Fly Cam. Let's see in the Streamlab, RQM DSMD, Leonard Kim, Imprinted on Roxy, Mike Joyce. You guys rock and rolla. 3K rent pass. That's like very average here. It's like, but they say that you should make 3 times what your rent is. So, man, au revoir. Stay safe, stay sane, put down the toilet seat lid. We don't want those buffoons. Don't traumatize the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice, for everyone on the rainbow. We love you. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen, and golden sparkles for the Zen one himself, Glenn Caesar. Thinking about you guys, and I will be back. I'll be doing DJ show tomorrow morning. I don't know if that's going to be live or what for the patrons, but there. And then I will be here. I think I'll be here with you guys on Sunday, but I'll keep you posted on that, depending on how everything goes. If you have extra income this month, which I know is a weird sentence, but Andrew Gordon has a GoFundMe to raise money for his dad's celebration of life and burial and all of that stuff. We posted on Real Rejects, so go check that out if you can. And other than that, much love, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, later.